So, greetings, Guardians. A few of my group and I were talking the other day, and we were talking about the reef versus the tower. Now, when the reef first came out, the tower was like a ghost town. There was nobody there. In fact, most of the times when I went there, I think I counted about 2 or 3 people. Now, obviously, things are starting to get a little bit lively back in the tower because obviously people are starting to do bounties and stuff like that from Eris and go to the gunsmith for reforging and stuff like that. But the discussion that we were having was why did they split up the 2 social spaces? And that's what this is going to be basically about. Now, the video here I've got running, you see both the social spaces running side by side at the same sort of time. The reef was captured about 10 minutes after the tower. So it's roughly the same time of day and everything like that. Now, my question is this: why did Bungie have to split up the reef and put it into its own social space? The tower that we have at the moment is big enough to have the social space for both of them put into one. Now, as everybody is too familiar with, a lot of the time in the tower, you're actually running from one tower side of the tower to the other side of the tower. It is a great distance in the game world between the 3 towers, and it seems that everything is spaced out. Now, not only that, but we've also got the area up the back where the Iron Banner guy goes, or where Lord Selden goes, where it seems to be closed most of the time. What we were talking about was why did Bungie put in a second social space into the game, and why didn't they just use the one they've got a little bit better? Now, for example, what we're saying is why couldn't they put, for example, the Vanguard and the Ship Lady and the faction leaders and all that? Why couldn't they put them out through the center and downstairs and then on the left? And then leave the right for the reef. Why did they have to split up the reef over here, the Vanguard and the tower over here? And while it's great that we've got 2 social spaces, it seems to be at the moment people are changing between one and the other all the time. And it's a little bit unnecessary because at the end of the day, you want to go and do some bounties for Eris. Okay, you go to the tower, you hand those in, that's all good, and then, hang on, I might go and do the bounties for the Queen. Go back to orbit, fly over to the reef, go into there, grab those bounties, go and do them, come back, and it just seems to be like there's a lot more travelling involved if there was just be one space. Now, obviously there are logistical reasons for having the 2 social spaces and splitting everything up. Obviously the major one is a memory issue, so I'm not sure if maybe they were running out of memory. Having more NPCs and whatnot in the tower would have caused a huge memory drain, or if it's just the fact that they wanted a different section for the social space. And I'm not criticizing Bungie. I'm just simply discussing why, or bringing up the topic of why we've got a second social space when it seems to be that the first one we have is a great waste of area. It's huge and there's so much room there, but it seems to be all spaced out, and half of it's closed off as well. Now, obviously, okay, if there's future DLCs and expansions, obviously if they go bringing in, for example, I think Comet is supposed to be the next one that's coming out, if it was leaked, so correct. Okay, so maybe they'll be able to go through and they'll be able to open up their towers and make more NPCs in the 2 social spaces, and maybe that's why they did it as well, so that you can sort of turn around and add more NPCs that are laid down the track and whatnot. But still, that doesn't mean the point that they couldn't have put the reef in the tower, and then when Comet comes out, put the social space for the reef in that, for example. I don't know, it just seems to be like there's a lot of wasted space, and we're going to put some people over here, we're going to put some people over there, and we're going to make people jump between them and have fun and hoops and spend half the night traveling between one tower to the other tower. Apart from memory issues, obviously, like I say, maybe they're obviously talking about expansion. That might be another possibility. But guys, to be honest, it seems to be that a lot of the Guardians are spaced out, and even with Zerg now, obviously it's a lot more interesting to go through and try and find where Zerg is, because now we've got 2 social spaces to go and search. Obviously, it doesn't impact on everybody else that much, because obviously, you can just watch the YouTube videos to find out where he is. But for us to actually make the videos to try and find where Zerg is, it's a little bit more interesting. But like I say, look guys, leave it in the comment section below. Why do you think Bungie's put in the 2 social spaces? Do you like it? Or do you hate it? Do you think it would have been better off all put into one space, apart from memory issues aside? Or do you like the fact that the second social space is now open in the reef? And look, leave us in the comment section below, and we'll talk about this if you like. I think it's an interesting discussion, and I really am curious as to why everybody else thinks there's 2 social spaces. So guys, look, thanks for listening. This has been my thought for the day, so to speak. Leave us in the comment section below what you think, and enjoy Destiny, guys. Have a good night. Bye.